What is going on, everyone? Yvonne here. Now, if you're new to AI writing tools or you're just getting started within your content creation journey, GetGenie is one of the easiest platforms to pick up. Essentially, the way it works is that it combines different tools as it pertains to writing, analytics, and SEO. It puts them under one roof. And that way, if you're a freelancer, a business owner, or a marketer, you can go ahead and use it and mold it depending on what you guys are looking for. So whether you're trying to write a blog post, optimize your landing page, or create a product description, GetGenie has different tools to make sure that all the writing that's on there is going to be SEO friendly. In this guide, I'm going to walk you guys through step by step on how to utilize GetGenie, and that way you can write professional looking content without any technical experience. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Now, before we get started here, because this is a tutorial video, I am going to be sharing my screen. So if you guys do want to follow along or even try out the platform for yourself, feel free to check out the link down below in the description for a trial of the platform. Now, once you guys click on that link, go ahead and press get started, scroll down and press try GetGenie for free. Grab that now, input your guys' first and last name and the email address that you want to use, and place order for you guys' $0.00. The best part is that they do not require a credit card to get started. Let's place order here, and boom, we are ready to rock. Now it's going to ask us a couple basic questions, so let's go ahead and go through those. So what's going to be our role? That's going to be marketer. Where did we learn about this? From this video, of course. So let's go ahead and press YouTube. Let's submit, and I'm going to skip this step. Now, when it comes to GetGenie, you guys have two different ways you can go about this. You can use the browser version or the WordPress plugin, which is what it's known for. I would personally highly recommend to use the WordPress plugin if you guys have it, just because the integration is going to be a lot more smoother. However, just to keep things simple, I am going to go with the browser version. So let's go ahead and press on your browser, and boom, we are ready to start writing. Now, if you have WordPress, you can later add it to your guys' plugins. All you need to do is go to your WordPress, go to plugins, type in GetGenie, and it's going to be the first thing that's going to pop up. Cool. So we're going to be ready to rock. Now let's go ahead and create a new document here. We're going to name it test. Alrighty. Now this is what the UI is going to look like. Now, first things first, we need an idea. So what are we going to write about? Now, I was thinking about this morning, and my favorite fruit in this whole world is going to be kiwi. So I'm going to go ahead and use kiwi as one of my keywords. So I'm going to press kiwi here because I love them so much, but I would go ahead and input the keyword that you guys really care about and want to focus on. Choose the English that we want the text to be in. We can go ahead and turn on SEO mode if we'd like, and add some context behind it as well. Now over here, there's going to be the creativity bar and how many results are we going to generate as it pertains to our title. So right now, the way it's going to work is based on our keyword that we've just entered in is going to help us generate a title, an intro, an outline, and pieces of content for you guys' blog post. And as you guys see, it's going to be all part of you guys' blog wizard. So based on this, we're going to generate 3 different titles. They're going to be super creative, or 5 out of 5. So let's go ahead and do that. Alrighty, now here are going to be 3 different titles that I came up with. The first title is going to be Unlocking the Secrets. Why kiwi is your new health superfood. That sounds enticing. The second one, Unlocking the Superfood Secrets of Kiwi, Nutrition, Benefits, and Gourmet Recipes. Wow. So if you're into cooking, this should be up your alley. And the last one, The Ultimate Guide to the Fascinating World of Kiwi Fruit. That sounds like a National Geographic documentary. I personally like the first one the most, so I'm gonna go ahead and stick with it. So let's go ahead and press next. And now we can go ahead and modify this title however we would like. But now the AI system is gonna help us generate our intro. So I'm not sure if you guys have noticed this yet, but the whole idea of the platform is to utilize AI to actually write things for you, and later make sure that everything is going to be super SEO friendly. Because let's be real, if you put a lot of work into it and nobody reads it and your SEO is low, that's not going to be a good look. And that's exactly what GetGenie is going to prevent. So let's go ahead and generate the intro for us now. We're going to have 3 different versions. Now I'm not going to read through all of them, but you guys get the idea. This one is going to be the intro to our blog. So I'm going to go ahead and press next. Alrighty, and we can always modify it here. So now we're going to generate an outline, right? So that's going to be the outline behind our blog. And if we want to add a manual one, we can also do so right over here. So let's generate the outline. Alrighty, and there's going to be a lot of different ones, and they're kind of interesting. So there's going to be boosting immunity naturally, digestive health benefits, skin deep, managing blood pressure, weight management, energy boosting properties. I need that. I'm going to go ahead and select it, choosing the best kiwis, and let's do boosting immunity naturally. I like all of those. Let's press next. Now, as part of a paid plan, you could have access to one-click blog. However, that is only part of the paid plan. So I'm going to go ahead and press customize content. And now from here, we have 3 different outlines that we can choose from. So we can go ahead and generate content behind them. So let's go ahead and press generate. We can also select the length depending on what we're looking for. And now we have something that's going to be generated for us. Cool. Let's go ahead and press continue here. And now we can also generate it for our next part of our outline. But if I want to go ahead and insert this, all I need to do is press insert, and voila, it's going to be in front of me and almost ready to go. And as you guys see, all the different outlines that we've created are going to be the different headings. They're going to be right over here. And look, right over over here on the right, there's going to be a lot of different things that it can go ahead and help with. And that way, depending on what we're writing it for, you can optimize for that. Cool. Now, if you guys want to edit something manually, you can go ahead and do that. It's pretty much just pretty straightforward. You can kind of do whatever you want. But let's go ahead and actually see how does this rank in terms of SEO. And that's going to be the very thing that's going to separate this platform from just a very normal ChatGPT response. So let's go ahead and go to Blog Wizard. Let's go ahead and go to title and let's analyze the keyword that we've selected. In this case, it's going to be Kiwi. Alrighty, here it is. So right over here, we actually have access to all the analytics behind the word Kiwi. And all of this information can help us make data-driven decisions behind using Kiwi in our SEO. So right over here, we can see our search volume, the amount of competition, and cost per click. We can see the search from last month, average 12 months, the highest and the lowest. We can go ahead and compare it to Google Trends and see related keywords. Kiwi, kiwi fruit, golden kiwi, sun gold kiwi, yellow kiwi. And as you guys have noticed, the more specific it gets, the less volume it gets. So what I'd personally suggest, and I know this is a lot easier said than done, but find something that has a high search rate but low competition. Because that way, if we're publishing content in that specific niche that people can go ahead and read, everyone's going to be directed to your guys' site and content. More eyeballs, more revenue, more success. And those golden nuggets of finding keywords, they're not going to be as competitive, but do have a lot of traffic. That's exactly what GetGenie is going to help you with. And in addition to that, we can actually see exactly what our competitors are doing. So if I go ahead and press competitor here, press fetch data, it's generating a competitor list. And from there, I can actually also search by what questions are being asked the most. And if we go ahead and utilize some of those answers inside of our blog or product descriptions, we're going to be on top. So as you guys have probably noticed, this is where that context would probably help because the first responses we get is kiwi.com, find cheap flights, and Kiwi Wikipedia. Maybe not the best competitors to actually compete against. However, as we scroll down here, this one seems legit because here we can see Kiwi benefits, heart health, digestion, stuff like that. So that's going to be a lot more similar to what we're going to be writing about. And on this account, I currently only have the free version, but if you guys do have a paid plan, you can see other competitors as you guys scroll down. And as I mentioned before, if you go to questions asked here, you can see all the different things that are being talked about as it pertains to Kiwi. Ooh, this one's interesting. Why eat 2 kiwis a day? Are there any good reasons not to eat kiwi? So if we go ahead and include those inside of our pieces of content, that can really improve our metrics. So you may be thinking, Ivan, I have access to all this information, but what do I do from here? So this is exactly where the SEO tool comes in. So all I need to do is go right over here where it says 30 out of 100, which I would not say is a good score. And we can see how we're doing here. So we're doing pretty good on the number of words that we have, also pretty good on the headings, 0% on LLPs, pretty good on images, given that recommended is going to be 0 to 0. Alt text is going to be 0 and external links is also going to be 0. Then we can see all the recommendations below as well. And if you want further analysis behind what you guys are doing, you can also go to details analysis and actually read through some of the problems, some of the results, and some of the improvements. And later, you can actually also compare it against you guys' competitors and see where you guys stack up. So if I go ahead and go to competitor, press this little button, boom, I can go ahead and see where I compare when it comes to kiwi, golden kiwi, sun gold kiwi, yellow kiwi. You guys get the point. So overall, not only will the tool really help you get out of the writer's block and help you put some content out there, but it will also make sure that everything that's written is going to be SEO friendly. So before you export or publish something, make sure to actually read through this and see if it's going to be a good fit behind what you guys are trying to say. Now, because you are watching this video, I am assuming that you are a beginner. So let's go ahead and go through some of the quick tips that I wish I knew before I was getting started. Step number 1, make sure that you start with shorter content because look, you got to practice. So getting started with basic titles or product descriptions is going to be much easier than diving head first to a full blog post. Step number 2, do not be afraid to edit what AI is telling you because sometimes it may seem that AI just knows everything. It doesn't. Well, maybe not yet, but you guys get the point. Make sure that your voice is heard through the writing. Step number 3, make sure that you're using keyword suggestion tool because from there we can really expand it on our content and get more audiences involved. Step number 4, if you guys like a certain AI response, but you may not be able to use it just yet, make sure to save it and you can also repurpose it in the future. And lastly, make sure that you're using different tones as it pertains to your guys' audience. Because if you're just getting started, you don't really know what works and what doesn't. So through experimentation, you will later find your voice is something that resonates with your guys' audience. And once you find that, double down on that and your content will scale really quickly. And there you folks have it. As you guys saw, GetGenie is one of the most straightforward tools as it pertains to the AI writing world. It has a very simple user interface and it combines writing, analytics, and SEO all under one roof. So if you guys do want to try out the platform for yourself, check out the link down below in the description. And if you found this video helpful, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this, as it tremendously helps support the channel. Till next time, peace.